How the Reacher spin-off could impact the original series. Reacher is one of Prime Video's most popular shows. Season 1 of the series made its debut in February 2022 and became an instant hit, scoring 92% on Rotten Tomatoes' Tomatometer. A second season followed in December 2023, with Season 3 of the series simultaneously announced. The rapidity with which the seasons of Reacher progressed speaks volumes as to the popularity of the show. Given this, the new Reacher-based spin-off, announced by Deadline, is almost expected. Prime Video is reportedly looking to fast-track a spin-off centering on Maria Sten's character, Frances Neagley. Titled after its protagonist, similarly to the parent series, the new show will be called Neagley. The character, a former colleague of Jack Reacher's from the 110th Special Investigations Unit, was a constant in the parent series. As such, fans are quite familiar with the character, making her the perfect candidate for a spin-off to be based on. However, Neagley getting her own spin-off will also undoubtedly affect the Reacher series. The offshoot is set to be executive produced by the same names who pioneered Reacher, with Nick Santora, the showrunner of the parent series, taking the lead. Nicholas Wooten, who collaborated with Santora on Prison Break, is set to join him. At the time of writing, Neagley is in its early stages. All that is known yet is that the show will focus on Neagley in her role as a corporate security professional. Unlike Reacher, Neagley will not have any source material to follow, but Alan Ritchson is set to appear in the spin-off as a guest star. Given that Reacher is an adaptation of author Lee Child's novels, viewers have always had an inkling of what would take to screens. Of course, this didn't detract from the impact that the series had on viewers, because the show put its own twists on Child's narratives, but it did give Reacher a sense of predictability. However, Neagley will remain completely unpredictable. While the character may be built on the foundation laid for her in the Reacher novels, her storyline is likely to be completely new, with a spin-off giving showrunners all the space they need to fully flesh Neagley's character out. While Neagley getting her own series is undoubtedly good news for fans of the parent series, the spin-off also brings the possibility of Neagley completely exiting the Reacher show. Neagley's character is one of the few characters who has consistently appeared throughout the Reacher series. Despite the novels not laying the foundation for Neagley to be a constant in each season, showrunners have made it a point to have the character star alongside Reacher in all 3 seasons of the parent series. However, in retrospect, the decision to afford such prominence to Neagley seems to have been made with the ultimate goal of giving the character her own spin-off. If Neagley takes off in the same manner that Reacher did, it is highly likely that the spin-off will have multiple seasons. This will, in turn, mean that Maria Sten's time will primarily be consumed by the spin-off series, preventing her from appearing as consistently in future Reacher installments. With time, viewers may see less and less of the character in the original show, instead seeing her evolve in her own series, fighting her own battles. The loss will be quite jarring for viewers who have grown accustomed to seeing Neagley alongside Reacher and have enjoyed the dynamic between the duo. Regardless, the circumstance of Neagley gradually exiting the parent series is a very real possibility. Other characters may take Neagley's place in Reacher. The success of Reacher, based on Lee Child's iconic Jack Reacher novels, has set a high standard for action-packed storytelling on screen. With its gritty tone, sharp writing, and an outstanding portrayal of its titular character, Reacher quickly became a fan favorite. Naturally, the idea of a spin-off has been floated, raising questions about how such a series could influence the original show. A spin-off has the potential to enrich the Reacher universe, deepen the lore, and even reshape the original series' trajectory, for better or worse. Let's dive into the ways a Reacher spin-off could impact the original show. Expanding the universe. A spin-off would allow the Reacher universe to expand beyond its primary focus on Jack Reacher himself. While Reacher's lone wolf persona and knack for justice are central to the original series, the spin-off could shift the focus to other characters or aspects of the Reacher world. For instance, a spin-off centered on Frances Neagley, one of Reacher's most trusted allies from his military days, could explore her past, her moral code, and the missions she takes on. By spotlighting Neagley or another supporting character, the spin-off could build out the world Lee Child created, providing audiences with a richer understanding of the people and systems that orbit Reacher's life. This expansion would, in turn, add depth to the original series. For instance, Neely's standalone adventures could provide new context for her relationship with Reacher, revealing shared history or nuances that make their interactions in the main series more layered. Similarly, the spin-off could explore criminal networks, military conspiracies, or other threads that directly intersect with Reacher's path, creating a more interconnected and immersive universe. Character development and new dynamics. A spin-off could also be an opportunity to introduce new characters or give existing ones more screen time, which could have a ripple effect on the original series. One of the hallmarks of Reacher is its strong ensemble cast, but the narrative is always anchored by Reacher himself. A spin-off could redistribute the spotlight, allowing secondary characters to step into leading roles. For example, if the spin-off introduces a new character, a rival investigator, a vigilante, or even a morally ambiguous antagonist, they could eventually cross over into the main series. This would not only enrich the storytelling, but also challenge Reacher in new ways, forcing him to evolve as a character. The spin-off could provide the groundwork for these new dynamics, ensuring they feel earned and authentic when they appear in Reacher. Narrative risks and stakes. One of the risks of creating a spin-off is the potential dilution of the original series' narrative focus. With Reacher's world already packed with high-stakes confrontations and tightly plotted mysteries, a spin-off could run the risk of splitting the audience's attention or spreading the creative team too thin. However, if handled carefully, a spin-off could actually elevate the stakes for the original series. By running parallel storylines, the spin-off could introduce situations that directly impact Reacher's own journey. Imagine a scenario where the events of the spin-off create a ticking clock for Reacher to solve a case, or where a decision made in the spin-off reverberates into the main series. This interplay could heighten the drama and keep audiences engaged across both shows. Pacing and storytelling freedom. One of the advantages of a spin-off is that it provides an opportunity to experiment with storytelling styles and pacing. While Reacher thrives on its intense, fast-paced action, a spin-off could slow things down, focusing more on character-driven drama or long-term investigations. This variety could appeal to a broader audience and give the creative team more freedom to explore different facets of the Reacher universe. By diversifying the storytelling, the spin-off could also allow the main series to double down on what it does best. With some narrative threads moved to the spin-off, Reacher could refine its focus, delivering even tighter arcs and more explosive action. This balance would ensure that both series complement rather than compete with each other. Audience engagement and longevity. A spin-off has the potential to keep the Reacher brand in the spotlight between seasons of the original series, ensuring that fans remain engaged year-round. If the spin-off is successful, it could also attract new viewers who might then be drawn to the original show. This cross-pollination of audiences would strengthen the franchise as a whole, boosting its longevity in an increasingly crowded streaming landscape. On the flip side, a poorly executed spin-off could harm the franchise's reputation. If the spin-off fails to capture the essence of the Reacher universe or doesn't meet the high standards set by the original series, it could alienate fans and undermine confidence in the brand. Conclusion. The potential for a Reacher spin-off to impact the original series is immense,